Hello and welcome to this Energy Connects discussion brought to you in partnership with CleanConnect.ai. Driving intelligent operations and reducing emissions are increasingly being dominated by artificial intelligence. And one company that's transforming the future of energy with its AI-driven automated solutions and its focus on empirical energy is CleanConnect.ai. To discuss more on that transformation, I'm delighted to have sitting next to me David Lane, Managing Director Eastern Hemisphere at CleanConnect.ai. Thank you so much, David, and very good to see you back with us.
Thank you.
And to start off, could you give us a quick overview of CleanConnect.ai and what it does?
CleanConnect.ai is a AI-driven company that basically is using AI models to automate the energy business. Specifically, we have a suite of AI-driven models and software. We're a software company with proprietary cameras. And within these cameras, we can see emissions through the AI cameras using AI models to quantify and find emission leaks. But not only can we do emissions, but the camera system can do fire, smoke, liquid leak, tank level monitoring, non-invasive without having to get into the tank, HSE elements with hard hat, and also security with our gate guard software. And the basis of the system is to use adaptive operational intelligence, which is the next step of AI, to basically use management decisions from the data that you gather from the system. And it's really 4 pillars plus an inform. So we use the pillars of monitoring, which you look and the cameras go and monitor what's happening on the actual site. So it's looking at emissions, it's looking at leaks, it's looking at tank level with different cameras, with OGI cameras, VOC cameras, direct view cameras, IR cameras, all kind of integrated into one. And then ultimately with that monitoring, you're looking and the system is using AI models to measure. So if you deviate from a standard or you have emissions, it can be measuring the emissions, it can be measuring the leaks and quantifying this to give you data of which then from your monitoring, you have measure and then you manage. So from your measurements, you can use your system to autonomously manage and look at what's going on within your data set to better manage, improve efficiency, operational efficiency, reduce your emissions, be able to make real-time decisions with the adaptive operational intelligence. And then the 4th pillar is monetize. So how then do you pay for this? So ultimately how you pay is operational efficiency, reduction in risk, major improvement in safety, and then setting up a basically trading protocol platform of which then it's the future of energy trading with Empirical energy. Final set are Inform, which is basically like a ChatGPT searchable database with everything on one platform to go in and be able to then say, what are my emissions? What is my emissions been in a certain facility? Enter, and the data pops up just as on ChatGPT with an informative based segment based off your monitoring, your measuring, or your monitoring, you're measuring, you're managing, and then ultimately what the information tells you.
That's a very, very comprehensive outline. And could you give us a peek into what's the technology driving all these fascinating innovation?
Right. So the system is our autonomous 365 system, all encompassed into one. And so in that, we have different AI models and building platforms to bring an entire ecosystem to a site or facility to manage. So initially, you have your Luminary software, which basically is your digital mirror of the facility. The Luminary software allows you to go in and ultimately be able to remotely manage what's happening. We have our Leak Finder, which is our OGI emissions tracking and emissions monitoring system, which is actually just approved by the Environmental Protection Agency to use for emissions quantification in the United States. Then we have our Sensory. Our Sensory is the combination of all the unique sensors. So your AI takes in and then integrates the sensors, lets you know what your sensors are doing, and then you can integrate into the system any additional sensors you have. And then we have Symmetry. And Symmetry is bringing all of this platform together to where you have your dashboard to be able to prioritize tasks, be able to manage tasks, put things with your data output. And then we have our EnergyPT. EnergyPT is what I just previously discussed, is where you can go in and actually ask your system questions, produce reports, and bring you data with just the push of a button on your EnergyPT platform. And then finally, we have our Prove Zero. And our Prove Zero is our empirical energy system that basically calculates your actual energy or actual emissions, which is going to give you your empirical number. So you're using hypotheticals versus actual, giving you an empirical, and that's our Prove Zero system.
Circling back to your earlier comment where you emphasized within your catalog about having a complete ecosystem of AI-driven solutions. Why is it so critical to have a complete ecosystem?
So with AI, it's all about the data. So the more data you have, the more data being processed, the more advantages you have. So when you have a unique system and an ecosystem that's taking all the different pieces and incorporating them into one, then you get better outputs, you can make better management decisions, and improves efficiency. There are several companies out there that will provide you an individual camera, or they'll provide you CCTV, or they'll provide you different options that you can utilize. Well, our system is, let's combine all this into one so that you only have to have one visual automation. And then ultimately you can put that platform together, integrate it into our client's SCADA or our client's data system. But then you don't have to have separate manufacturers, you don't have separate systems, you don't have separate sensors. We incorporate that all into one ecosystem. And then you don't have to go out and find another data aggregator. It can all come into one. So, really the whole purpose of building this is to complete the complete ecosystem. And then ultimately what that does is provide you an energy trading protocol. And the energy trading protocol will become very important in our industry in the future. And we're letting everyone look ahead to what it's going to become with our visionary thoughts.
Now, all of this would not be possible without fostering a high impact culture. And how are you bringing that about with your decades of executive leadership experience and also experience in building a business?
So I was a CEO for 23 years. So learned a lot from what not to do and learned a lot of what to do. And one of the main things that made us so successful with what we were doing and building a business as a team is twofold. One, accountability, internal and external, and having basically a group and a team member that are vested and involved in being accountable. Second is basically customer-driven decisions. And what's imperative in this type of system with AI, new technology, possibly someone has already made a major investment in CCTV and says, well, how can I incorporate that in because I don't want to make that obsolete? You have to have someone that actually listens to the customer and finds out what the issues and problems are. And then we become the partner for problem solvers. So we want to develop relationships with the customer. We don't want to be an inbound service provider. We don't want to wait for tenders. We want to work with clients to develop a very exciting time of AI, which most people don't understand. They read in the news, they find out what's going on with AI. They don't understand how it can actually penetrate and help their operation in all different aspects. And what we're doing here is bringing a culture and a team to the Eastern Hemisphere that's going to be able to rapidly expand based on the voice of the customer and listening to the customer with ultimately allowing them to achieve over a period of time the goals set. And the goals set right now for the Eastern Hemisphere for almost all companies is OGMP 2.0 level 5. Our system provides you real-time OGMP level 2.0 or 2.0 level 5, 24/7 monitoring. It's reality. So it isn't let's go investigate a technology, let's find a technology that can provide this. It's the only one that is actual 24/7 real-time all the time for your OGMP 2.0. So our team is going to understand this. We're going to be knowers. I am a hands-on CEO, I'm a hands-on managing director. I get in front of the customers, I listen to what the customers are saying, and then we adapt our business. Specifically in the Middle East, we know the business is different. We know we have to act differently with our customers here than what we're doing with the super majors already in the United States. That's the benefit of the culture and team that we bring to the Eastern Hemisphere and how we're going to build this into a very rapidly growing AI-driven company that's going to add value to our clients.
That's an excellent point. And going back to your previous comment about how the company is focusing on both empirical energy and AOI, what kind of value does CleanConnect.ai bring to the table when it's connected to these two factors?
So when you look at AOI, it's the next step of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence in our system is basically going to be able to accumulate data and give you push notifications of what's happening. It's going to be able to quantify your data. It's going to be able to show you different aspects of your operation. But then what happens next? Well, if you don't do anything with that data, or you don't use that data for the benefit, then you're not getting added value. You're getting knowledge, but you're not getting added value. So AOI, Adaptive Operational Intelligence, is the next step. It's basically using machine learning. It's using your data. It's taking your data and transforming that into value-added, either profit opportunities or expense mitigation or risk reduction or safety improvement. These are the things that you're letting the computer come. Now, it's not AI taking over, okay? I read something yesterday, it was brilliant. It said, AI is going to replace someone's job. No, AI is going to replace the person's job that's not using AI. So the person that's not using AI is going to lose their job. And so that's basically our adaptive operational intelligence, using the system. And then the visual automation, very important. I mean, we're conducting this interview instead of having radio or anything because people want to see. We're in a world of instant gratification. We're in a world of people want to see video, people want to see action. We are providing the unseen. Now you can actually see your emissions, you can see your gas, you can see a video, you can see what's happening. You can take over the camera real time and go actually look in to see the event that's triggered, that's been delivered to you. So very, very important that with AI and visual, we're adapting into what culture wants. Instant gratification, factual evidence, and being able to see what's going on. And that's kind of where this entire model and ecosystem brings you the visual, it brings you the facts, it brings you the information to make management decisions, and the system with AOI can help you better make decisions and recommendations going forward to ultimately, if you agree, to take over those specific tasks, such as in safety issues where you can modify or adjust things by reverse engineering what's happening at a plant.
I think that's brilliantly put. And that's, I think, gives us also a glimpse of some of the underlying vision that's driving CleanConnect.ai forward. So could you talk to us more about that vision and also what sort of expansion plans are on the horizon? What are the exciting projects you're looking forward to?
Right. So we're super excited to be launching into the Eastern Hemisphere. So we've been doing our due diligence, talking to partners, talking to customers about exactly what they need and how they need it. We're talking to them about implementing and putting cameras in place. Right now, our vision and our growth is we are going to rapidly invest and expand this system into the Eastern Hemisphere. We're building a team, currently out there getting the right people into the team to basically come in and support our customers and grow. And we're going to bring this visual automation and this automation element to the Eastern Hemisphere. It's already commercialized in the US, being utilized by the super majors. We're going to bring that same model, adapt it to the actual needs of our clients in the Eastern Hemisphere, and grow and bring that very, very quickly. But the major project we have here is Empirical Energy and the future of our business, which is going to be Empirical Energy. So our biggest project within CleanConnect of what we're working on is basically taking traditional energy and transforming into empirical energy, which is factual. It's basically an element of saying, this is what our energy molecule is and was from start to finish for clients to get a premium for that particular gas or that particular energy molecule that we're providing this data for. So why is this important and where does this go and what is this? This allows the business to start investing in systems like ours to do carbon insets, which is actually improvement of energy, versus and in conjunction with carbon offsets, which is projects that reduce carbon versus actually improving energy. So our major project on the horizon over the course of the next 3 to 4 years is building an energy trading protocol globally to put energy trading exchanges in place while adding value as we go, meaning making the Eastern Hemisphere OGMP 2.0 compliant, level 5, now, moving forward. And the biggest piece of this is We had COP28, UAE consensus. It was a plan and agreement that we all want to improve the environment, we want to reduce emissions. We went to COP29. COP29 was, let's figure out how to finance it. All this was great, but it costs money, so let's figure out how to finance it, which those discussions were made and decisions were made on financing and how to do it. But this really, our project is a call to action. It's a global call to action to accelerate net zero through empirical energy and being able to create better energy through a system like ours using AI and AOI throughout the system with this energy trading protocol. And that's the future of our industry. And we're super excited to be on the forefront and bringing that to the Eastern Hemisphere with these models that are already being implemented in the United States.
Absolutely, and looking forward to that future where you take the guesswork and the estimation out of projects and give them with a more precise solution, which is a lot more focused and, like you said, helps with both emissions reduction as well as cost savings.
Yes, and the bottom line to all of this is good or bad, fortunate or unfortunate, our industry has been based on hypotheticals. It's been based on models. It's been based on calculations. It hasn't been based on empirical, factual evidence. And we're bringing those two things together. We're bringing factual evidence through the models, verifying them visually, which we all want to see visually, what's happening, bringing that to you to then basically create the empirical piece of empirical energy. So we feel that with this system and this entire ecosystem, you provide significant value along the way. You greatly reduce your emissions through any type of emissions that you can find, see, quantify, OGMP 2.0, net zero acceleration, those types of things, but then it's operational efficiencies, it's safety, it's improving and reducing your risk. And basically this ecosystem allows you to then pay for itself or pay for it over time, with us then creating the energy trading platform with the energy trading protocol. So trying to encompass what our customers have asked us. How do we do better? We do that. How do we improve? We do that. But then how do we pay for it? And we're actually creating a monetization piece for our clients to get involved to eventually pay for the systems that they're going to install.
David, it's always such a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Thanks for watching, and you can get comprehensive coverage from the energy sector and more interviews like this at energyconnects.com. I'll be back with more studio interviews and Energy Connects discussions. Stay tuned.